It was 2005 and I had successfully negotiated my way into the Northern Territory with only a few serious challenges. I was a middle-aged, first-time four-wheel drive owner with, to be honest, not a bloody clue. I had reached Mataranka and I wanted to check out where my dad had served in World War II, just down the road. I also wanted to check out Katherine Gorge, a delightful homestead called Springvale, Edith Falls, in fact just about everywhere a road led to. We finish this episode in Umbrawarra Gorge. Don't forget to click on the next chapter if I'm moving too slow for you.
Yeah, this is the caravan park where I slept last night, and up in the tree there. There we go. There's peacocks and things. I think they're peacocks. Peacocks walking on the ground. I don't know what these things are. They fly. These things just walk around the park, and it really is a delightful setting here. Just a delightful, delightful setting. Did my washing, all those sorts of things last night. All mod cons, power, the whole deal. Yeah, so this is Territory Manor, and we've got all sorts of things floating around the place here. They feed barramundi in the morning and in the evening, and people can go and have a look. It really is very pleasant surroundings here. Recommended. Mataranka is home of We of the Never Never. This is where it was filmed. This is where it's about, the LC station. And they have a little park here which actually features the characters from the movie. Quite pretty. They're quite proud of their We of the Never.
9 on 105.7 ABC.
Okay, this is the replica of the LC Homestead as done in We of the Never Never. That's not Elsie standing in the gateway, but this is using enhanced light, so as a result it's ghosting a wee bit, but this is the inside. Gives you an idea of how they lived. Certainly the place was set up for the movie, I understand. And they're milking the movie for all it's worth. You can see it in the bar every day at midday. Those who have seen the movie will no doubt know about Cheon's camp oven. I don't know if he actually had electricity here. Certainly lived in harsh conditions in those days. Just like these people, they live in harsh conditions, retired in Victoria, just touring around, got the boat, little Jimmy on the back, running around the Winnebago motorhome. Now that would be a hard life. So now this is all part of the Mataranka Homestead, where the LC Recreation is, and one of the two major thermal pools around this area. We're just going to go and have a look at that. This is the bar area. Obviously set up for entertainment, dancing. Back of the hotel, and out here, the camping area. This is nice. And this is the walk through to the thermal pool. Very tropical, but then again, I guess it's because we are in the tropics, although I have not seen a tropical camper corn line anywhere. Now hidden in amongst the trees is this thermal pool. Now they've actually done a lot of work on it. Breaking it and tiling it, and setting up so you can go in and out. It feels very lovely here. Okay, this is the boat ramp at 12 Mile Yard in the Mataranka Station of Elsie National Park. This is the Roper River, and this is where the people can come up and drop their boat and put their boats into the water. Only allowed a maximum of 15 horsepower motor. No crocodiles in this area. And the water is fresh. And these are actually the 12 Mile Yards. They were built because of the wild cattle that were roaming around the station. Too difficult to catch in the bush, so they made these pens up to catch the animals in and to separate them and do what was necessary with cattle. Okay, we're down near Larimah, which is down south of Mataranka, and we're just near the World War II airfield of Gorrie. The airfield was used as a major aircraft vehicle and equipment repair facility by number 14 Aircraft Repair Depot from the May 1943. Number 9 Stores Depot was based in the vicinity. The number 9 Stores Depot was to the left of us, and I don't think there's anything in there now. To the right is the airfield. We're going to go and have a bo peep at that. Grampy, my father, worked at the number 9 stores, or served in the number 9 Stores Depot during the war. This is the road into the Gorrie Airfield. Take a run down the end of it, eh? Apart from the overgrown bit, of course, it's still in remarkably good shape. It's still nice and fairly smooth. Still almost land a small aeroplane on it without any problems. The planes that landed here wouldn't have been small, that's for sure. Someone's flown in a Land Cruiser and a caravan over there on the left. Set up for the night. That's a fair length. Well, that's the airstrip. It's just under 2 kilometres long, and the people that are in the caravan, well, they're from Calabaran. They've been touring for a couple of years, and they reckon they'll be on the road for at least another couple. Well, it's in Larimah, and we've stumbled across Camp Quality Outback Territory Cruise. We're running around raising money for Camp Quality for the kids. So probably a couple of people just rode their camels in the town, and over at the pub while camels have a little bit of a graze around just over the road there. So this is the Larimah Museum. So that's the Gorrie landing ground. That's the Aircraft Repair Depot. The workshop at Gorrie, company headquarters and quartermaster store at Gorrie, and that may well have been where Grampy was. Aircraft Repair Depot Post Office. This is a picture of Kurt Johansson transporting a locomotive weighing 25 tonnes from Larimah to Alice Springs. Kurt Johansson carrying drums in the post-war period. Recognise the truck? It's the one from the museum. This is the Gorrie airstrip. The workshop area. These are the Airmen's huts, March 1945. A B-24 Liberator in for repairs. OW Gorrie Airman's Hut's wet season. That's the control tower. Movement office to the left. The centre is the fire section and the strip light generator behind the tower. And that was the signals office. So more importantly, this building was set up as a repeater station for what you hear in the background is the bash people taking off. Anyway, as I said, this was set up as a repeater station for communications, and it's now been converted into a museum. Which gives a pretty reasonable sort of history of Larimah and its importance during the war, both strategically and militarily, in Larimah itself and up the road at Gorrie at the airport. The Japanese came in over Darwin, of course. Darwin was actually bombed. And there'll be a lot more about this, I would imagine, in Darwin as well. But of course, Larimah was one of the backup strategic areas. And its part in the war is not unimportant. The museum also houses history of things such as the Larimah Tennis Club and the just basic history of the place. Not a bad little museum. Well, this is the historical Larimah Hotel. Don't know what's so historical about, let's go and see. It's an official watering hole for Telecom Australia. Telecom, that's a while back. This is the highest part above sea level in the Northern Territory.
Next Wednesday, in its 300-page report, the Senate committee recommends a permanent military court be set up with judges who have civilian experience. That an independent administrative review board be established to deal with staff grievances. And it's recommended allegations of criminal activity should be referred to the Civilian Police Force. Committee Chairman Labor said
5 kilometres out of Katherine. And we've got the bloody thing happening in the back that's going to have to be fixed because it's driving me crazy. But anyway, not far out of Katherine at this point in time. And the way it's set up looks like it might be a reasonable sized centre. The dual traffic lanes here.
This is Jeremy outbound. All right.
And traffic lights. We're definitely in civilisation. Katherine Hotel. Okay, we might be able to do some shopping here and just catch up on a few things we need to have done.
Well, we're just out of Katherine at the Katherine Gorge and we're about to do a 2-hour boat tour. You book your tour, it's a 400-metre walk down to the actual boat loading area. Just a tree full of bats. It's the way we're heading.
Welcome to Katherine Gorge. It's probably known as Edmund. and we only get the freshwater crocodiles here in this actual gorge system. But don't be fooled, the saltwater crocodiles, some really big salties, will live in fresh water. So be careful up in the top end. Saltwater crocodiles, they nest during the wet season. So if you imagine this water's up 7 meters, there's not a lot of area for the crocs to actually build their nest. I also prefer to build it with mud and leaves and things, and it acts a bit like a compost heap, whereas a freshie will use as a sand to actually incubate the eggs. On the left hand side you see that beach, there are some crocodile tracks, but there's a lot more human tracks. That shows that people can't read the sign. Thing on this boat if you're leaving it, because we may not take this same boat back. We have to shuffle boats around. There's only a small docking area.
Okay, we're now so far up the gorge and we've abandoned the boat and we're now walking over rocks up to some Aboriginal artefacts. The reason being that now there's no water for the boat to get through, so we now need to walk up to the next level where the water will be deep enough. We'll pick up another boat up there and then continue up the gorge. Meanwhile we walk up to the reef up here to have a look at the Aboriginal artefacts.
Okay, has everyone read the signs? Yep. Oh, it saves me talking then. Red ochre is a hematite, which is like an iron oxide, basically.
Yeah, so we stagger our way down these pathways, now the boat, and oh, there we go, sitting there waiting for us. We're now on the second part of the gorge.
Again, this is where the water is weeping through the rock. You can see it's not coming out around like a waterfall, it's actually weeping through it. And again, depending on the wet season, it'll depend how long it'll rain.
This is the end of this section of water. Here's them all. Listen mate, as you put it out the water, there's a snake there. You watching him? Just a few crocodile tracks back up with all for their nests.
Did anyone see it?
Yeah.
You were yeah. Okay, Elton John, he made a song about that, called Crocodile Rock.
I'm at Catherine's low level reserve, and they have the sign, be aware, saltwater crocodiles are known to move into these waters undetected. The Parks and Wildlife Commission has a saltwater crocodile removal program in this region. Freshwater crocodiles, problems with this species are extremely rare and usually a defensive reaction against human interference. Now, they asked us on the boat this morning, do we know the difference between saltwater and freshwater? If you're in the river with them, a freshwater croc will swim away from you. The salty, he'll try and eat you. That bridge is a single lane bridge. This is really quite pleasant the way this runs through here. Really very pleasant here. This is Springfield Homestead. It is the oldest homestead still standing in the Northern Territory. A lot of history with this one. The old metal stove there. Let's see the front veranda. Who originated the property, originally bought the lease on the property, arranged to have a whole heap of cattle, sheep, horses brought up and organised for this place to be built. It was completed and he moved with his new wife in 1880 into the place, but it was not successful because of the harsh countryside, and eventually they abandoned the place in about 1892 I think it was. The place was then bought by some other people in about 1920, where it was refurbished and set up again. Today has been somewhat of a disruption for the Springvale Homestead because the gang comes through town and is held up for about 6 hours while freight scheduling happens. So they give the passengers afternoon tea somewhere or lunch. Today it happened here at Springvale. So as a result, everything's topsy-turvy over there. I have no idea what this building is, but it's right alongside. Probably an old stable or something. Certainly it's had some work done to it. Now used as a store shed by the looks of things. Beautiful grounds and surroundings. The river runs past the bottom. But there's also a caravan park. Operates now out the back. Not some bad old trees here either. Beautiful garden. Well, we're some 40 kilometres north of Katherine, and this is Edith Falls. Beautiful rock pool here, you can swim in, and we're going to take a walk and find out where the actual water comes from further upstream. Really beautiful here. That's 150 metres away. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful here. A piece of water here. We actually cross it, there's a little bridge we're on. Fish in there swimming around. The problem is, to see anything much at all in these parts, you got to climb up bloody hills to get there. And they're steep bloody hills, I might add. To make matters worse, these Northern Territory flies are not very well educated. They certainly don't know what irrigate is. A lot of the foliage around here appears to have been burnt out by bushfire, but a remarkable animal has managed to survive all this. It's unique to the Northern Territory. It's a bench tree. Yeah. Now, while I'm up here climbing to get to the lookouts at the top, there are people who just don't have a clue as to what they're missing, and therefore really not getting a chance to enjoy one of our cultural experiences. Instead, if you listen carefully, you can hear the sounds that they make as they wallow in that pool we showed you just earlier. What fools. Now, it amazes me the number of people who walk in this sort of terrain wearing, would you believe, sandals. There's no way I'd even attempt to do this without a pair of steel blue boots on. I tell you, they're the best. And they're made in Western Australia, what's even more. And it's a West Australian owned company. And I've worn mine around Australia twice now. And I've worn them to work every day, so they've done the hardest work. But sandals, no way. Stupid. Okay, this is Edith Falls. Part of the upper bit. What I hate is you're standing there, just about dying. Your legs are killing you. You're gasping for your last breath. And some people bounce past you, say, "Hello, nice day. How you going?" Yeah, love it. This is a beautiful spot. Okay, how's that for a view? And the water's just down in there. Just in there. If you come out of there and head down the canyon that way. Okay, we've reached the second part of the pools, and I'm not going on from here. There's about another 4 or 5 kilometres. Anthony Newley once sang a song about this sort of thing. He called it "What Kind of Fool Am I?" I mean, we could do things like jumping out of aeroplanes that are a hell of a lot quicker. So what do we do now? Instead we spend hours walking over all this sort of terrain. It's more like it'll kill us anyway. What a beautiful little area up here. And this is cool. It can also be plumbing, of course. Beautiful. Okay, now just down there is the gap back into the pool by the car park where we started from. Never has a site been more welcome, and I think I've left the lights on. But it must be said that I did start this walk at around midday, and it makes sense. If you're going to do something like this, do it early in the morning or late. Okay, just south of Pine Creek, you take the turn off, and there is this beautiful dam. This is the Copperfield Recreation Dam, and there's the camping area above. Maximum you can camp here is 3 days, and that's strictly enforced. And it's ideal for for swimming in. And there's all these little picnic tables set around the place. But it does supplement the town water supply at Pine Creek, so you're not allowed to pollute the water in any way. This includes washing, all those sorts of things. This is sort of like a scene from Cocoon, isn't it? It's a group of senior citizens all in the water enjoying themselves. Caravan parked out reasonably well. Person there, they've checked out with their
number with a spicy twist.
satellite dish, toilets.
Smoke twist on a crowd favourite. This season's selection of
What a pleasant little spot here.
sweet chili with a spicy twist.
See caretaker for a site. Okay, I'm in at the Umbrawarra Gorge. Now, apparently in here it's a walking trail, and my foot has given me the hell after that walk this morning, so I don't know whether I'm going to do much of that or not. But I just thought I'd drive up this track, and it actually goes into the station country, so there's no access from here, but just to give you a little bit of an idea of what it looks like from up here. reckon the walk through Umbrawarra Gorge is easy. We put down a path, so I'm having a crack at it. I rolled my ankle up in the hill earlier today, and a little bit of soreness there at the moment, so I don't want to overdo it. Just listen to the birds. Okay, so these are the walls of the gorge so far. The sun's come out to show us the red water, the redness being reflected in the water. There's a mate sitting there in the sand. I don't know what he's got his eyes on. Well, that was Umbrawarra Gorge. Certainly not the most spectacular that I've been in, not that I got all the way through, but certainly a lot more wildlife moving around in there than most that I've been.
If you enjoyed this video, there are over 400 more just like it on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, and we'll let you know when our next video is available. If you like this video, hit the like button, and maybe even leave a comment. If you weren't too impressed, then the dislike button tells us absolutely nothing. So tell us why, so that we can do something about it. Thanks for watching.